This is Amos from Amos Island Family Foundation. I'm here with a good friend of mine, Freddie, who we've been dealing together for the last 3 or 4 years. Freddie is one of the guys that I want to bring in to the island house that we do for the homeless and for people who fell down in their luck, like I have once upon a time. And I have Freddie here with me today, very intelligent man, always keep me inspired. When I come down here, Freddie always talking to me about my situation, about my cancer and the terminal cancer that I have and the things I go through. And we sit here and we just share stories with each other and keep each other inspired about different things. And Freddie's one of the main reasons why I had that gut feeling about the island house and why this project is so big to me. I think this is God's next project he really want me to have. And like I said, Freddie's gonna be one of my first guys to come through there because he's gonna wind up staying with a permanent job. And I'm just privileged to see him. Every month I come down, I look forward to seeing him. And he's the first stop as soon as I get off the freeway. He's the first person I search for. And it's a great thing when I see him. It's a great thing when I see him. Freddie, I was explaining to the people about how difficult it is a lot of times when things happen to them. A lot of times it's not by choice. It's just different situations that happen to us that we get here. Like I try to tell people all the time, when they see someone that's down their luck and someone homeless, people scared to touch them, people scared to come over to them. Like, look, this is just somebody that just had a mishap. You know, we are all a paycheck away from being in the same situation. All of us are. So I try to explain this to people that I talk to and minister to, that homeless person is not someone who was born with it. It's something that happened to us. When I was down, and I have my son and my wife at home, and I lost my job through illness, being sick, and man, everything went haywire. I was like 15 minutes from being out. It was my first time in my life. I had a house detective. I never knew it was a house detective. What a house detective is, hired by the bank, and what he do is they come by your property and they do surveillance, so you take pictures and stuff like that before they get ready to put you out. I never knew that until we got to that position. My wife looking at me, we look at each other, looking at this guy outside our house. I'm like, man, I mean, it was bad. It was bad. I remember I was getting a Christmas tree coming in, and a friend of my wife's came by the house. We didn't have nothing on the tree. And she put $100 bill on it. And I'll never forget that because that was one of the biggest things I've had in my life that somebody cared when I was down. And I promised God, I said, if you get us out of this, I'll feed people for the rest of my life. And I made that sincere promise. And that's what I've been doing for the last 18, 19 years. And it was so funny because when I got terminal cancer, I was laying in the bed having a pity party. And I was telling the Holy Spirit, how can you let me get terminal cancer for all the stuff I done?